Hey y'all. Grand evening, grand afternoon, grand morning, wherever you are located. How you doing? How you doing? You know I'm on here to keep y'all in tune. So of course we create with the obvious, which is the date, and then we create with the hidden, which is the frequency, and we create with the hidden unknown. Ashe. So I definitely wanted to be on here yesterday, but I couldn't. So you feel me? You always want to generate yourself first anyway. So having an understanding that today is the second day of the portal from yesterday. Okay, so yesterday came to February 16th, 2025. So February coming to 2, 7 from 16 because 1 plus 6 is 7, and 2025 coming to 9. So that was definitely a portal of elevation. As you all can see, 2 plus 7 is 9. 9 plus 9 is 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. So that was self-elevation yesterday. So I definitely wanted to generate myself, right? So today is the second day of that portal because energy multiplies, never dies, Ashe. So today being accurate so it could be present and create with the hidden, right? So today is February 17th, 2025. February coming to 2, 17 come to 1 plus 7 is 8. And then we have 2025 coming to 9. So 2 plus 8 is 10. 1 plus 9 is 10. So, or you could do the 10 plus 9, which is 19, and then 1 plus 9 is 10. So either way, it comes to 10, high diplomacy, confirmation, right? So I definitely want to come on here to confirm, just in case if a few people was feeling a little different yesterday or whatever the case is, because yesterday definitely was a portal of self-elevation. So you were supposed to be receiving hella wisdom, hella power, hella, you feel me, upload. So you feel me, a lot of people may have been going through a lot of battles also. So either way, yesterday was a day of self-elevation so that you needed to release some bullshit and create and generate and learn, receive some new-ish, right? So either way, today is 10 high diplomacy confirmation, giving you your understanding of things so that you will not have no confusion. Ashe. So either way, like I stated, again, second day of the portal. So self-elevation. So we are creating with high diplomacy, knowing ye are gods and us standing 10 toes down in that, right? So when we stand 10 toes down, that means we are strong and stable. We are very firm in our shit. So again, when you have learned and received and you have actually accomplished one lap or one victory lap or one level, you learn and receive for the next level, correct? So we're supposed to be learning and receiving all in the process of us teaching and giving so that we can receive our confirmation. So we're supposed to really be outside and playing today, right? So seeing that today is Monday, moon day, you know what I'm saying? So seeing that we create with the hidden, the unknown, and seeing that we are aligned with all of our 7 chakras. So we're creating with hidden even because today comes to 10. Or if you look at it as 1, that is 1 that's not an even, right? So either way, that's oddly godly. So either way, you need to know who you are. Stand in your shit. And you're supposed to be learning and receiving higher elevation, higher senses, right? To create with your technique, with your skill. But again, you're always learning something new. So you're never supposed to be an ego. This is supposed to be every day. You feel me? Not just today. You're supposed to be learning something new all day, every day, so that you can receive your confirmation of who you are. Okay? So we are learning and receiving and creating with. Hey, we are learning and receiving and creating with our hidden alchemy. You feel me? So that's what we always create with while we learn and receive. Ashe. Creating with the hidden within then. What's up, Tom? What up, though? I ain't seen you a long time. So we're creating with the hidden, the unknown. Okay? So when we create with our alchemy, like we spoke on before, how we create with different ways with our senses, right? So seeing that we are in the house and how we could create with our astral projection, our out-of-body experience, right? Hey, sis! Creating with our out-of-body experience, but this is our hidden senses, right? So it will only make sense to thee, right? So if you're meditating and you're creating with your higher senses, having that out-of-body experience, so once you come back into your temple, you'll be able to go outside and go play. You feel what I'm saying? So either way, we're creating with our higher senses, right? Remember we were speaking about, sorry, this is no, this ain't my message phone. Dang it. Oh, hey, boo, hey. It was the little pop-up thing that kept taking forever. How you doing, sis? How you doing? So creating with our senses. So pretty much, you get your confirmation from elements, from birds. You feel me? Birds and feathers are messages, right? So you are doing and creating with your spiritual work, right? So having confirmation that your path is cleared, having confirmation that you are protected, having confirmation that you should not be in fear. You know what I'm saying? So when you're able to go into your Zen den, go within, that's when you're able to receive and learn and create with your higher senses. You feel me? You're able to create with your dreams, have an understanding of what happened in your dreams. And again, a lot of people don't even have dreams. A lot of people can't even dream in color. A lot of people can't even, remember certain things at all. You know what I'm saying? So if you are in that phase, just like Dr. Deborah stated, when you are dreaming, you can pay attention, you can remember, you can actually change your dream and stuff. That's you on a whole nother level. So that's you creating with higher senses and higher power of yourself, right? So if you all already know, as we always state, this is an illusion here. So your dreams are way more real. Okay. So when you're able to be in tune, that means you have shedded of the ego and you are aligned and you're able to create with your senses in other dimensions. You're able to astral project. You're able to shapeshift. You're able to do all types of things. Okay. So again, that's what happens when we go into meditation. Okay. So today is receiving confirmation, seeing that yesterday was a portal of self-elevation. Okay. So from that self-elevation, you're supposed to learn and receive. And then today you're supposed to be creating and teaching and giving with that you have received, right? Because you are now learning a new level also. So just like Miss Ma'am stated, as I teach, I learn. So as you teach, you learn. So you are learning all within the process. So you're out of ego. Because again, when you are teaching someone something, you are not forcing anything on them. You are elevating that is already within them. So you have to shut up and listen to what is going on for you to learn and receive, and then teach and do what you got to do, right? So you have to be holistically listening, you know what I'm saying? Holistically in tune, you feel me? So you're not an ego worried about yourself and trying to, dig your fucking beliefs and your whatever, your power, whatever into somebody else. No, you're there to elevate them, okay? Enhance that is already within them. And then you go about your business, you know what I'm saying? Because you ain't got to sit there with somebody for so long, you feel me? If you need to heal them, heal them. If you need to learn something from them, learn something from them. You feel me? And then you move on. Okay. So either way, you're going along your journey. You're going along your flow of your path. Okay. Because again, they're supposed to be giving you confirmation as well. So you're supposed to be giving them confirmation. So it's supposed to be like a balanced thing right there. You know what I'm saying? So when you go out and play, you have been doing and creating with your spirituality. You know what I'm saying? So you're creating with your senses anyway. So you're always learning and receiving, creating with the elements. You know what I'm saying? So you know how I get my uploads. So that's what I mean when you go out and play. So when you go out and play, you're already out there you're already out there grounding and learning new things anyway. Okay, this is how I can create with the air. This is how I could create with the birds. This is how I could create with nature. You feel me? You're doing different things. And again, along your flow, you will run into someone. You feel what I'm saying? You will run into a few people. So either way, you're going with the flow of things and you're creating with, you feel me? I don't even know how you want to call it, right? You create with the divine flow. You know what I'm saying? Because again, you have to create with your energy. Because again, we're rising our soul twins, soul tribes. You feel me? So it's not just you. It is not just I. It is many of us, right? So a lot of us need healing. So a lot of us need guidance. A lot of us need protection. You feel me? And a lot of us need some cord cutting. A lot of us need, certain sights of certain things that they may not be able to see. You feel me? So having an understanding, we all have our own powers. We all have our own senses, and you should not compare yourself to anyone else, but you need to go within and create with your own. You know what I'm saying? So having an understanding of how powerful you are, how powerful your melanin is, while it is right here in your vessel. Okay? So having an understanding of our senses, the hidden, the unknown, and every time motherfuckers say, no, that's not true, that's not real, blah, blah, blah. No, but it is. You know what I'm saying? But it is. These movies wouldn't be what they are if they weren't. And these legends and myths and these true stories, you feel me, especially around the islands and stuff like that, and especially here too, but a lot of ours has been hidden, has been covered up. So it's like a lot of this spirituality, this magic, our powers, everything is so real, but they always try to put the illusion over it so it could dormant us. But no, that is why I'm in here to bird box bitches all day, every day. Okay, so either way, not just bird boxing you all, not just bird boxing myself, bird boxing all of us with the melanin, because we are taking that veil off. Because again, we are those ones. We are the ones that they call gods, and even more. Because again, we are way more powerful than that. Okay? We don't just generate, order, and destroy. We don't just generate, operate, and destroy. No, motherfucker, we create. We do so much more. Okay? So that's what I mean by you going within, and creating with the hidden. Okay? So hidden, unknown, creating with your senses. So I only say certain examples. You know what I'm saying? Because again, you don't do the same thing that I do. You know what I'm saying? And again, it won't work the same for you as it do for moi. You know what I mean? So some things, not some things, but everything, you have to generate, order, destroy, and take it within you. Then you'll be able to operate it to where it makes sense with your alchemy. You feel me? That's why we always tap into our natal chart. Not tap into, but always be in tune with the natal chart. Because again, As above, so below, so within, so without, as up under, as up over. Okay. Everything that's coming to alignment, abundant energy comes from. So again, just like the pyramids and scriptures, everything's been prophesied. Everything is being aligned out here is being aligned within you also. So when all of these hidden and unknown alignments come in tune, what did they say on February 28th? Just know hidden and unknown stuff has definitely been going on in between then. Before then, after then, it's going to continue on. So having an understanding that just because they give you a certain date, don't mean you just go according to that one. No, you go according to every single day, because you're always supposed to be learning something new all day, every day, not just one time a day, 2 times, no, all day, every day. Supposed to be learning something new about self-elevation. And again, you know how to multitask by pretty much putting yourself into not airplane mode, but to where you're rising your vibration and frequency, where you can multitask and do everything while you are having your uploads, while you are learning and receiving, realigning you're able to still do whatever the fuck you're supposed to do, okay, around for this illusion, so that you can stay in tune. So either way, you are always receiving your uploads, receiving all types of things. And when you realign you're able to do that, okay? You're able to create with spirituality and this reality all at the same time, okay? But again, our senses, our powers are generating on a whole nother level with all of these portals going on, okay? So just because they say that date, you need to have an understanding that many things go on besides that date, okay? Before and after, around all that, all day, every day. So having an understanding of what is going on. These alignments bring in huge shifts, huge, bridges, you know what I'm saying, to where we go on over to another portal. You know what I'm saying? That is what is going on. So you need to know whether if you want to be transforming or whatever the case is, want to be out of that third dimension or not. Trust. That is what's going on. We are rising dimensions right now. Okay. So with alignment comes in power, force fire, that flame, that spark, that nip, soot. That is what created the Big Boom Bang. So understanding how powerful we truly are at melanin. So whatever's going on out here is going on within us. So don't be distracted thinking nothing is going on, because trust, hella shit is going on. Okay. So just like we spoke on, the hidden and unknown planets are coming to alignment. You hear me? So trust, in between time, that is what's going on. So it's not just going to come align on that one day. No, every day, because energy multiplies, never dies. Okay. So when when planets is aligning, we are aligning, because we have Goetia planets, legions within us, having an understanding of our alignment of cosmic, cosmos, cosmic beings, ethers, neters, net guys. Okay. The reason why we have the melanin within us, because we are rising to higher power, higher frequency, higher vibrations. Okay. So having an understanding of why you want to create with your magical devices voluntarily, and not only when you're being threatened. Okay, so that's why we create with meditation, being in tune and knowing how powerful you truly are. And again, never limit yourself, never limit your monstrous energy. Okay, always learn, receive, teach, give, bring, and balance and duality to self, and always know you're always learning something new. Okay, always learning about yourself. There's so many senses out here of the unknown. Okay, so that's why we're talking about telekinesis, telepathy, astral projecting, shape shifting, clairaudience, clairvoyance, the hidden and unknown. You're always supposed to learn something new. We don't go back to the same shit that we always do. No, we rise it on up. So we always want to create with the codes. You feel me? Certain codes, symbols, letters, colors. You feel me? Certain vibrations of frequency that actually, create with really actually feel this motion. Here I'm saying feel the power from what you are learning and receiving, from what you are creating with. Because again, this goes in within our chakras, goes within our nip, nut, soot, goes within our triple black dot, goes within hidden within us, that actually activates our DNA and our junk DNA, and we start to generate our supernatural abilities, GSNA. Okay, so that is what we are activating. We are activating all of the gears within the hidden unknown, which has a lot of our power within them, so that we can rise ourselves. And again, we start to tap into all versions of ourselves, just like the airbender, Aang, Avatar, you feel me? Our ancestors, our bloodline, all versions of self within all times. Okay, so able to do that voluntarily, do that automatically, and always staying connected. The Cuban link. Okay, so consistency is key. That's why we always speak on certain things consistently, because again, these are codes on keeping us in tune, keeping us aligned with our higher inner younger self. Right? Okay, having an understanding of what time it is. Okay. Our time, like the Rasta stated, our time to rise, our time to be in tune and not be in no illusion. Okay, so when you're no longer in the illusion, your power, your confirmation, everything comes in huge upload like the Matrix, way more powerful than him. You know what I mean? So again, you become, you know what I'm saying? No limits to you. Okay, so again, that's why we say never tame your beast. Go within, submit to thee, your power, rising, self elevation. That's the only thing you're supposed to be submitting to. That's the only thing. Nothing else. You're never supposed to worship. No, nothing. No. You're just releasing of the bullshit, shedding of the ego, rising thyself, elevation. And again, when you are healing and rising, you are healing and rising all of your bloodline. You are breaking generational curses. So we are rising on a whole nother level, rising above the radar. That's why we speak about ethers, neters, gods. Because after 9 is 10, right? So you're rising to a whole nother level. So that's why we create with the hidden unknown, dark matter. So ethers, neters, gods, wisdom, Akashic records, hidden unknown. So you already know I have a mini lecture where it gives us an understanding of how powerful we are when we create with our entire mind. Because what? Left brain, right brain, entire mind. That brings balance and duality, creating with the negative and positive polarity. And that's creating with our alchemy. So let me go ahead and play it. And of course, this one is with Dr. Phil Valentine. And yeah, so let's go ahead and play it.
You're applying to be an expendable? You read.
Either way, we want to be accurate. So today is definitely the second day of another portal ahead in one. So wanted to make sure I stated the date for yesterday and today, because yesterday was a portal. So understanding.
Food for people with eosinophilic esophagitis.
Hold on, that was
food can be
supposed to be the video. Hold on. Okay, here we go.
In the quiet depths of our minds, a silent battle rages, one that shapes the very fabric of our existence. It is a battle between the past and the present, between the weight of memories and the freedom of the now. We often believe we are the masters of our thoughts, but what if in truth our thoughts are the masters of us? What if every moment we spend dwelling on the past binds us to it, chaining us to pain, regret, and self-persecution? This is the science of thought, a profound exploration into how our minds work, how our thoughts can either liberate or imprison us, and how we can reclaim control over the narratives that define our lives. At its core, this teaching reveals that our thoughts are not just fleeting whispers. They are powerful forces that shape our reality. When we fail to examine them, we allow the past to dictate our present, carrying burdens that no longer serve us. But there is a way out. By becoming the observer, a detached, intelligent presence within us, we can step back and witness our thoughts without being consumed by them. This observer, a spark of pure awareness, allows us to see how our thoughts operate, how they can point us toward deeper intelligence, and how we can break free from the cycles of self-punishment and suffering. Imagine a world where you no longer carry the weight of past hurts, where memories no longer whip you with guilt or shame. Imagine understanding that the very air you breathe holds the memory of your thoughts, shaping your reality in ways you never realized. This is not just philosophy. It is a call to action, a journey into the depths of your mind to reclaim your power, your presence, and your peace. Welcome to the science of thought, where the past no longer defines you and the present moment becomes your greatest ally.
The science of thought is what we teach. We teach that people either are in control of their thoughts or their thoughts are in control of them. And because thoughts are of the past, every time we assign our attention to our thoughts, we are talking about something in the past. So all of our pain that we may be suffering is based upon us carrying the weight of the past with us. How do we then do an inventory of our thoughts so that we know that we are thinking our thoughts and not our thoughts thinking us? And when we understand how that reverse charge takes over, and we begin to understand that we live the past instead of the now, what we call the isness of being, rather than the was, when we get out of that, we begin to understand and understand who and what our persecutor are and persecutor is. The persecutor is us, and we carry our thoughts, we carry our past with us. And I teach people how to examine that thought by becoming more of what we call an elemental. And the elementals are not connected to, or the intelligences are not connected to the act. They simply make sure that we act within the boundaries of cosmic law. And when you understand that, you understand that your thoughts can actually bind you to whatever condition you're dealing with. And so what we do is we examine what that thought is by using something called the observer. Now, the observer was something taught to me by one of my teachers. His name was Jiddu Krishnamurti. I don't know if anybody is familiar with him, but I had the honor of sitting at his feet at one point, and he was a master at having you examine your thought process, knowing that everything is in your thoughts and whether or not you do an inventory every day through the observer. Sometimes we suppress the observer. The observer is an entity within us that is completely removed from everything that is terminal and temporal. It's that part of us, that spark, that is simply observing us, and whether or not we become part of the observer to understand how everything is working, we do not invest our emotions into that circumstance. The observer is completely removed, and we teach that person how to access the observer so that we can actually then do a proper inventory of our thought process. And what it is that observer now either is dealing from the realm of intelligence or the realm of thought. And the thing is that when we understand that thought can actually act as a pointer to intelligence, then that we know that the observer now is the stronger of the two. It does not, the thoughts are not the ones that are persecuting us anymore. We are persecuting ourselves by choice.
Ashe. So pretty much that's why we speak on always affirming up. Always affirm when you come into meditation, because again, you're shedding of the ego, shedding of the low vibrational stuff that will weigh you down when you are rising your vibration and frequency. So shedding of the ego. That's why we speak on music, old school, keep you in tune. So creating with certain instruments and always writing. So of course you want to release the bullshit. So of course you would write it, burn it, whatever the case is, but you are releasing it. And again, it's all about your mentality. So when you release it, you don't even go back and think about it. You got to let it go. Okay. But again, that is you taking control of your mind, creating with your mind on a higher level. Okay, so you're releasing of the bullshit, shedding of the ego so that you can learn and receive. And again, you, just like Aaliyah stated, some people don't like to learn what they think they already know. But since we are on a whole nother level, rising dimensions, and the veil is gone, it's so much to learn, so many senses to learn and receive. So many ways of creating with your alchemy. So again, you are always supposed to be learning and being out of ego. And again, paying attention to your thoughts. We always say observe self, because again, you know the difference. Because if you were coming in all high and grand and stuff, and next thing you know, you just feel drained. Oh, cord cut that shit. You know what I'm saying? You got to have an overstanding and be observant of yourself and know those thoughts are not of me. So you're cord cutting it. And again, observing and paying attention to the fucking room and knowing who is sending you that energy, and the cord cut it, let that motherfucker know what's up. And then you go back to getting your zen. Because again, you don't let nobody fuck with your energy. You don't let nobody alter your energy or nothing. You don't let nobody send fucking energy to you that you don't need. Okay? So, energy vampires, wherever the case is, you cord cut from them. Okay? So either way, just like Kevin Gates stated also, geniuses talk to themselves. So again, you are generating these things. So again, you have an understanding of what thoughts are yours and what thoughts are not. Okay? So again, you know where to create with your energy. Excuse me, why? You know how I get my uploads. You know where to create with your energy. You know how to protect your energy. Because again, just as much as you heal, nigga, you kill. Okay, so you ain't no fool. Mama ain't raised no fool. Daddy ain't raised no bitch. So either way, when you have something like that that's probably draining your energy, you feel me? You have to have an understanding of how to release it. Okay, how to cord cut it. And again, how some people just say walk away. No, nigga, that shit's still on you. Yeah, man, it's still there. The fang is still in there. So again, remove that motherfucker. Yeah, man, have the overstanding. Let that motherfucker know. I see you. Yeah, man, I see you. Okay, and you handle it. And again, you having knowing. You feel me? You bringing sight to shit demolishes shit. Okay, so having an understanding of how powerful you truly are. Okay, and when you have an understanding of that, okay, and you actually create with that, you become that walking weapon. You hear me? You become that powerful force that he is speaking on. That nip, soot, that dark matter. Okay, that energy, power, that spark. Okay, So having understanding of what happens when you come to alignment and why you have to come to alignment and why this is so severe and why you connect with all versions of yourself. You protect yourself. You are flowing with higher energy on a higher frequency. So you're shedding of the ego and you are aware of low vibrational bullshit, right? So you are taking control of your thoughts. So you're observing your thoughts. So you know what's yours and what is not. So again, a lot of that low vibrational shit that you are trying to shed it, you feel me? That is what you know that you're rising from. So whenever something low vibrational does come in, like, nah, I shed it from that before. So that ain't my thought. So again, you'll have an understanding like we spoke on before, how motherfuckers be staring at people, you know, and kind of wanting to always touch on them and all sort of shit, whatever. So you have an understanding, you feel me, of where that leech is coming from. Okay. So again, having an understanding of your thoughts and someone else's. So when you create with telepathy, trust, you're tapping into a lot of others' frequencies also. So knowing what is yours and knowing what is not, and knowing how to protect your aura, how to close off motherfuckers that you don't need, and rising your frequency. Okay, so rising your frequency hits differently. So you got to know the whole levels to it. That's why he was speaking on, you feel me, the laws, you feel me, just like 48 laws of power. So that's kind of like how people create with other energy and create with their own energy, knowing how to place it and pretty much how to, I don't want to say manipulate a motherfucker, do what you want them to do, but pretty much, you know, if a motherfucker is irritating you, you know what I'm saying, you know how to kind of transpire that energy. You know what I'm saying? You know how to control that motherfucker. Like, nigga, don't do that no more. Okay, so it's kind of like, you know, your energy will start to overpower that motherfucker. So it's kind of like, it's, you know, you just got kind of, it's something that you just got to do. It's kind of like, you know, even when you read it, you feel me, it's still something that you have to do. Because again, you're taking control of the entire room. You know what I'm saying? You're creating with your energy and making sure, you know, you feel me, if a motherfucker is trying to control yours, and it's like, if so, it's kind of like y'all go through kind of like a battle where it's like my power is more powerful than yours. So it's kind of like, you know, I could end up creating, you know, and controlling your power if you keep fucking with mine. You know what I'm saying? So either way, but knowing where to create with your energy and knowing when others are using your energy and knowing when others are, you know, manipulating you and knowing how to, you know what I mean, kind of flip it to your favor. You know what I'm saying? So either way, it's levels to it. But again, you got to create with this. You got to take it within Wise Man Change. So you got to go read this, right? So either way, that's pretty much what it's stating, because it's about laws. You feel what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people receive karma. You feel me? Like, a lot of people, they are the judge during judgment. You feel me? Because of, you feel me, their bloodline. You feel me? Who they are, their alignment, right? So it's just, you know, pretty much knowing who is who, you know, by their energy. You feel me? So that's why we always speak on rising D. We always speak on affirming up. We always speak on rising all your chakras, rising your aura. You hear me? And again, Wise Men Change, you also protect yourself because you are realizing the real lies as your first eye starts to rise. You know what I'm saying? So your first eye is training these two eyes. So again, you're creating with the negative and positive polarity. So your good ain't my good, your bad ain't my bad. Some shit, you feel me, a lot of people run from. You know what I mean? Because this ain't for the weak. You know what I mean? So having an understanding of how spirituality works and how you create with yourself as energy. You know what I mean? Power. Okay? So when you activate you start to generate your supernatural abilities. You are not just of this vessel. You're able to shapeshift, astral project, create with telekinesis, telepathy, higher frequency. So having an understanding of why we always speak on this. Okay? So, yes, when you know and have an understanding that there is certain laws, because again, you have to get your stripes for certain things of this. And again, if you have got your stripes for a lot of this in a past life, these uploads are just going to come and you'll have an understanding of this. Okay. So that is what happens when you come into alignment. Okay. So once a beast, always a beast. Okay. So either way, monstrous energy, you feel me? That's what you create with. Never limit or tame your beast. Okay. So having understanding that when you receive your uploads and what is going on right now with all of these portals, you know what I'm saying? You are receiving hella uploads of all versions of self. We are realigning all dimensions to where there's no confusion. Okay, so you need to know. This is tapping into our memory, our Akashic records, hidden wisdom within ours, our ancestors, every one of us within our bloodline. So that is when we are breaking generational curses so that we continue receiving this. Okay, so having understanding that what this alignment brings in, okay, our self-elevation, and that's all with the melanin. Having an understanding of this, because that's dark matter. The cosmos is coming to alignment to unleash hella power. Okay, so unleashing of abundant energy is what happens with alignment. So that's what happens within thee. Okay, so having an understanding that with this melanin, we are truly powerful. Okay, so again, always observe yourself. You feel me? Always have an understanding of what thoughts are yours and what thoughts are not, and what you are healing from, what you're learning from, and if a motherfucker is draining you or not. So having an understanding of creating with your energy, creating with your memory, creating with the hidden unknown when you come to alignment, and how powerful you truly are with melanin. Okay. So, let me continue to play it. Ooh, they get on my nerves with these goddamn commercials. So either way, you always know. We always speak on affirming thyself up because that actually activates thee. You actually feel the frequency. Okay? So, I don't come on here and waste nobody's time. So I ain't about to waste mine. You know what I mean? So either way, all about self-elevation. So yesterday was definitely a portal. So I want to continue this on. So it's definitely way before February 28th, right?
Anymore. We impersonating ourselves by choice. You know, we punish ourselves for things. For instance, somebody does something to us, and we hold on to that. That person is no longer in our orbit, but we carry that, and therefore that memory of that and the embarrassment, whatever, that memory now is something that we are persecuted because we choose to hold on to that memory, and that memory continues to whip us. So everything that you do, you actually cast into a field. There is a field of energy that is around you that your thoughts, depending on how strong your thoughts are, you cast it into a field that the field essentially becomes the resistor that actually particulates the essences of your thoughts. And then those particulates that come from your casting of thoughts into that medium of expression, what happens then, the particulate parts of the thoughts that were dispersed then call upon the four elements, fire, air, water, and earth. And then the degrees to which that thought and the emotions are actually consolidated within that thought. Then you bring in 10% fire, 40% water, and so forth. And then that thing begins to thresh out. It becomes your child. It looks to you to keep feeding it until it becomes a reality in third density. But again, we don't understand how our thoughts work because we think that we're in air, and we teach that all of this is still water. And we also know that water holds memory. And that's the only way that your thoughts could actually come into reality, is if the waters that you breathe and you're speaking into actually holds the memory of what you have cast forth as your thoughts. So we have to understand that this is not just air. This is just another form of water. And we are water breathers of another quality, just like fish are water breathers of another quality.
As we journey through the labyrinth of our minds, we come to realize that the power to transform our lives lies not in the past, but in the present moment. The science of thought teaches us that we are not prisoners of our memories or the stories we tell ourselves. Instead, we are the architects of our reality, capable of reshaping our lives by mastering the art of observation and understanding the true nature of our thoughts. The observer within us, that silent, intelligent presence, holds the key to our liberation. It allows us to step back, to witness our thoughts without being entangled in them, and to see how the past no longer needs to dictate our future. When we awaken this observer, we begin to understand that our thoughts are not our masters. They are merely signposts pointing us toward deeper wisdom and self-awareness. We also come to see that the energy we cast into the world through our thoughts is not lost. It lingers in the field around us, interacting with the elements of fire, air, water, and earth, shaping the very fabric of our reality. The air we speak into, they carry the memory of our thoughts, reminding us that we are not separate from the world, but deeply connected to it. So, as we close this exploration, let us remember, the past is a shadow, but the present is a light. By embracing the observer within, by understanding the power of our thoughts, and by recognizing our connection to the elements, we can step into the fullness of our being. We can release the weight of what was and step into the isness of now, a place where we are free, where we are whole, and where we are truly alive. The journey of thought is not just a science, it is an art, a dance, a way of being. And as we master it, we discover that the greatest freedom of all is the freedom to choose how we think, how we live, and who we become. The power is yours. The moment is now.
Ashe. So that's why we always speak on our thoughts create our reality. Ashe, because that is so true. So that's why we always speak on affirming up, and we create with being present, being accurate, so that our tempo can be whole or higher in our younger self, so that we can rise it to a whole nother frequency, a whole nother level. Because you have to be present first to know where your vessel is, where you are grounded, you know what I'm saying? And then you're able to rise it on a whole nother level. Again, once you become whole, you're higher in a younger self, every version of self becomes whole and you're able to align and rise, okay? So that's what happens when your Kundalini starts to rise. It's because, again, you're coming to alignment. So everything that comes to alignment brings in a force of energy, big boom bang, which is what we always speak on. So that's why we create with the frequency of the day, the date. You feel what I'm saying? So today is the 17th. And yesterday was the 16th, and yesterday was the portal, okay? So having an understanding why we create with the frequency of the day, just like how the guy said off of Wu-Tang, build and destroy. Having an understanding, frequency comes from numerals, comes from, you feel me, the date comes from your chakras, come from, just like how we state with symbology of Monday, moon day. You hear me? Excuse me. Having an understanding, right? So that puts us into a higher frequency. So again, it's not just another day. You know what I'm saying? We are creating with hella energy all day, every day. Okay, so when you have an understanding of things, that is what allows you to, excuse me, that is what allows you to rise your frequency. Okay, that is what allows you to create with the hidden and unknown. And again, if you are not aligned, then you will not be able to rise. You know what I'm saying? So again, that's why I always come on here. You hear me? To give that big boom bang, because that's all a part of the bird boxing bitches. You know what I'm saying? A big boom bang. Okay, having an understanding of balance. You hear me? The big boom bang, balance and duality. You know what I'm saying? Big boom bang, bird boxing bitches. You hear me? Because again, you're bringing balance and duality on in to your zen, your yin and yang, coming in to alignment. Okay, but you just gotta have an understanding of these things, and you gotta make it make sense. Okay, so. Either way, I ain't here to waste your time. I ain't here to waste mine. Okay, so I want to make sure we all are aligned. Okay, with that melanin, that triple black dot with it. Okay, so having understanding of how powerful we truly are and why I come on here and start with the date. Okay, because again, it's not just me. Okay, it's a lot of us with the melanin. Okay, so just like how we spoke on the 144,000, that is what you bring within, because that times 2 comes to all of our chakras coming to alignment. Okay. So, I already told y'all to put the pen to the paper to the pen, create a script, walk across it. That's how you're able to manifest, okay, and transform it into higher power, okay? So that's why we speak on creating with your intent to create and rise with your magic, okay? So again, we are not talking about nothing low vibrational, no, because you become a magnet to everything that you need within this reality, because again, our thoughts create our reality, okay? Having an understanding of things and how powerful we truly are with alignment, okay? So being present is how you're able to create with the hidden unknown. And again, you have to create with this, go within. People can give you certain trials, you know what I'm saying, certain doorways or whatever, but either way, you have to go create with this, okay? Just like how he was speaking on with elements, just like if you need to release, shed of the ego, whatever the case is, if you need to write something down, write it, bring the pen to the paper to the pen, create a script, walk across it, you know what I mean? So if you need to burn it because you're releasing some shit, burn it. But if you are creating with affirmations, manifestations, whatever the case is, create with that like in your pocket. You feel me? Put in your moho bag, whatever the case is, but you're manifesting things. Just like how we spoke on the currency. We created with the Buckeye, because this brings you into your currency flow. So creating with hidden unknown, with creating with elements. And again, it says a Buckeye was the element within this. Okay? So either way, we don't try to manifest money. No, it's currency, having understanding of how we are truly powerful. So you want to always affirm up, and you want to make sure you have an understanding of metaphorically speaking, you feel me? Creating with it on a higher frequency, okay? So when you're saying you're breaking, I just spoke about this with my homie the other day, with my bestie. So I was like, you know, when you have a higher frequency, you feel me, of thought, everything is going to come in for not just you, but it's going to come in for your family too. Okay, so having an understanding of why you say currency, because that also goes with the moon. Okay, so that brings in solar, lunar, ether, higher power. Okay, so having an understanding, okay, of why we create with everything metaphorically speaking, symbolically and stuff like that, because it doesn't just have one meaning at all. Okay, so having understanding of everything and how you create your reality and paying attention to your thoughts and how you are speaking to yourself, because again, Genesis talk to themselves just like Phil Valentine had just stated, Bobby Hemmett, Kevin Gates, a few have stated, because again, you are generating, you're making things make sense, okay? So, you're generating it. In any way, you're putting it in order, okay? Okay? And building and destroying, okay? So, building that makes sense and destroying that doesn't, okay? So, either way, this creates with your vibration and frequency, okay? So, again, when you know laws, you're able to create with this. So, that's why we have to be present to create with the hidden, you feel me? The hidden frequency. The hidden unknown. So you see the law, you see the building, you see the pyramid within that. Because again, when you bring self to alignment, you're able to bring in that abundant, you're able to rise that abundant energy. Okay? So having an understanding. But yeah, so I'm gonna be here with y'all for a little bit longer. So of course, create with some music. Of course, I'm gonna do some cards. And I'm gonna go ahead and roll. So I'm definitely gonna repost that also so that you all can watch it again. Because them commercials is like, whatever. They're getting very, very long and ridiculous, okay? Old school, keep you in tune. So you want to understand? It's frustration. It's a frustration. Bam bam bam. The water bam bam. Bam bam bam. Bam bam. Bam bam bam. Bam bam. The water bam bam. The water bam bam. I never tell no one. I'm a lady, I'm not Tama. MC is my ambition. I got 3 nights of Jamaican. So bam 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 below. Bam 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 below. Bam bam. I'm so what bam bam below. I'm so what bam bam below. Tell them. Me born and me grown in a Princeton 6. I got you right, the Christmas lyrics. When you hear them, they sound like Mr. Biscuits. They come in and they play some Mr. Warren. They hear bam bam, hey. They want a bam bam, bam bam below, bam bam, bam bam below, bam bam. They want a bam bam. They want a bam bam. That's somebody must say you go and shoot them down. I told them no, we know our business. So one sister not say she a 1 in a 3 million. Sister not say she a 1 in a 3 million. So bam bam, say what a bam bam, bam bam below, bam bam, bam bam below, bam bam. Say go sister not say make you go. I give us a big go sister not say make you go. I'm going from the L Street down to my toes. I cheat that down, sister Nancy on the go. And some of them are up for sister Nancy make you right so. Long down the list, sister Nancy make you right so. He bam bam, who up down bam bam. He bam bam below, bam bam. He bam bam below, bam bam. Who up down bam bam. Hey, tell me so what down bam bam. This woman. I never travel alone. I'm a lady, I'm not a man. NC is my ambition. I can't be nice up Jamaican. So bam bam. Say what you want, bam bam. Bam bam below, bam bam. Bam bam below, bam bam. Hey, tell me say one thing, Nancy, you understand. One thing, Nancy. Yeah. It's just some songs that just be hitting every time. You don't love me there. Peace.
Cause you let me, baby, and I've got no place to go now. No, no, no. Strumming my pain,
With his finger.
killing me softly with his song, killing me softly.
With his song, telling my whole life. With his words, killing me softly.
With his song.
I pass. When I pass the field. I'm gonna put some more sage over here.
One time. Hey, yo, L, you know you got the lyrics.
Do-do-do. I heard he sang another song. How you doing? How you doing? He had a style. And so I came to see him and listen for a while. And there he was, this young boy.
Strumming my pain with his fingers.
One time,
Singing my life with his words.
2 times,
Killing me softly with his song. Killing me
softly with his song, telling my whole life.
with his words. Killing me softly
Mm-hmm.
with his song. I felt all
Flush with the love.
embarrassed by the crowd. I felt
He found a letter. I pray that he will finish, but he just kept right on.
strumming my pain with his fingers, singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly with his song.
Whoa, whoa. 8. Whoa, la, whoa, la. Strumming my pain with his finger, yes, he will sing. God damn it. So 8 came out with the dice. Abundant energy, abundance, prosperity. You hear me? Generating, Cuban link, which is what we always speak on. So again, we're speaking on metaphorically speaking, bringing in abundant energy that looks like the infinity sign, right? But again, when we become aligned, the snake never eats its tail. Okay, so we continue to rise. My bad, this one broke me. So the snake never eats its tail, so we continue to rise, right? So we are creating with the spiral for us to rise high. Excuse me, the spiral of our spine, correct? So we're rising high, so we're generating, creating with our chakras spiraling, so the energy is rising, correct? So having an understanding of alchemy within these. So that's what happens when you rise your chakras and you become realigned, okay? Your energy is rising, so your kundalini has the portal to rise up, correct? So you're creating with high power, high energy. So that's what comes from abundant energy. Hold on, because also when you look at 8, is you going through a portal. There's a portal, and here's a portal. Yeah, 8. Okay, so boom, bang. Coming from physical to the spiritual, having an understanding of what happened in, I believe, what was it, 2015? Like we was overstating the power of 8, all the years that was coming to 8. You know what I'm saying? So we were having an understanding of the energy of that, because build and destroy, just like the God said on Wu-Tang. Build and destroy because it came to 8. So you were having an understanding of mathematics, metaphorically speaking. Okay, so 8 comes to build and destroy, generating. My bad, keeps blocking me. So build and destroy, because you're generating, order, and destroying, and then you're able to generate, operate, and destroy while you're elevating. Okay, so you're putting shit in order for you to rise. You're aligning your spine high, rising high. You're aligning your chakras, activating all within thee. Okay, just like what's going on within the cosmos. You feel me? Within the ethos, netos, negas, everything is aligning. Okay, unleashing of power. You hear me? Rising, elevating. So having an understanding. Again, the dice came to 8. So I'm going to go ahead and do these chords for me.
Christian Dior, poster girl, Moroccan Tim's chick, and the Gucci loafer girl. When
Yeah, man.
I'm too pretty, this big rhymes is gritty. What y'all thought? I be dancing around in suits like I'm pretty. Let them know you run this city, respect my name. Boogie, stay in your lane, like the hurricane. Brains on snitches like Sugar Shane. You deal when they y'all rapping chicks to mention Fox name. What's beef? Beef is when y'all broad think it's sweet. See, I'm frontin' in the streets and let my gap.
Sometimes I feel like I'm just too fucking real.
I love to stack riches, but disrespect y'all. I respect the rap game, but I don't roll with rap lanes. I'm speaking from my heart. It's not that I'm too good, I'm just hood. Been like this since a young broad. Remember when I bust in 96? Yeah, I never seen you flick up with your fake ass chicks. See the smile up in your face, turn around and pop slick. You an industry chick,
I'm an industry chick.
I might breeze through Chloe, Fendi your tips, but other than that, it's just me and my six.
I'm gonna keep stepping now. I usually stop at 8. I mean, that's what the dice came to.
Moms and pops mixed it with that Trini rum and whiskey. Proper set off, 6 bed off, gas let off. I speak calm, youngster, and pours off like screech you done, boy. We got no rock product like box, pop bottles in the back of the cellar with Donatella. Cardi 100,000 each crib and each safe. When box come through, she all up.
Done the place.
I'm like Marion Jones, what? Put up on Ria's listen. Never tripping, never catch ground slipping. What? Yeah, I'm nice around Mike.
It's all right here.
To all my thugs, that's blood in the cribbing. I'm still gripping, still on riding and swishing.
All eights. Oh yeah, and all the eights kept coming out, all within the shuffle.
Welkom, nieuws en effect Ultimate Six.
And that's exactly what the dice came to. So. Oh, and then, I'm sorry. And the ace came out. And the jack came out. So we always speak on balance and duality because that comes from two. So that is the woman being whole, the womb, the O. And the equal sign being the penis, the man. And that equals two separate signs. And then again, together, those signs together bring in life transformation. That is 2, which is 1 plus 1 also. So transformation is 11, and that is 2 because 1 plus 1 is 2. So that brings balance and duality because man and woman brings in life, right? So that is what the jack is. The jack is the 11th card. This is transformation, rising to a higher arcana, right? Because after 10 is the jack. So that goes to the higher arcana. So again, you're going through transformation here. Right, so you're bringing in your self-healing, you feel me? You're looking at everything holistically like we were just speaking on, correct? So again, you're shedding of the ego, and a lot of people go through hermit mode. So you're creating with the hermit phase, you feel me? So you're learning and receiving while you're fermenting, and then you'll be able to come out of that cocoon, you feel me? Unleashing, you feel me? Transforming, you are that butterfly and unleashing of that dragon. So you're rising hella levels when you come out of that cocoon phase, because again, you were in there learning something, okay? Learning, receiving, and when you come out, you are not the same, obviously, correct? So again, that is what's coming on. So again, you are knowing that you are changing and you are transforming. You are standing 10 toes down in your power, right? And you're always learning something about self. Learning about self, going within. My bad. Okay. And having an understanding of things, right? So knowing ye are gods and we are standing in that. Because again, that's what today came to, right? Today came to 10. You can look at it as 1. However you want to look at it, but you got to know who you are. The one. Ye are God, so we are making them call us that. But again, we are way more powerful than that, so they're calling us more than that. Okay, so again, having an understanding of we are always going through transformation. Okay, always. You know what I mean? So creating with that portal, that divine, that portal right there, going on to a higher level, rising dimensions, right? So Kundalini rising higher in your younger self, because that's what happens when you come to alignment, correct? This is what we always speak on. Okay, so coming to alignment. Okay, so alignment brings in abundant energy. Okay, brings in power. So you are always rising and transforming to higher. Okay, so you're rising, transforming like we just stated. So again, you are not coming out the same. Okay, no, you have shedded of shit, you feel me? Shedded of a lot of shit that may have been holding you down, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case is, and you made room to learn something and rise it on a whole nother level. It's like Ian stated, like pain ain't never looked so good, you feel me? Because because when you're in the cocoon phase, you are transforming, you feel me? You are shedding of shit, you feel me? And you are healing some shit, you feel me? So taking out the swords, cord cutting shit, whatever the case is, you are healing yourself and you're transforming, you feel me? So you are becoming way lighter, you're rising your frequency. So when you come out, you are transforming, okay, on a whole nother, like we just stated, on a higher frequency. So having an understanding, and then all abundant energy, prosperity, you feel me? All within the alignment, as you all see here. Alignment, just like how you are generating, right? Hey, when you're generating here, because alignment brings in abundant energy, so you're rising your frequency. So again, you are releasing of that bullshit. So that is where you are generating, ordering, and destroying, okay? Keeping that makes sense, and releasing that doesn't, okay? So then you'll be able to generate, operate, and destroy. You hear what I'm saying? But either way, you are generating all day, every day, and destroying all day, every day, because you're releasing the shit that you don't need. Because again, when you come into your Zen den, you got to bring balance to your yin and your yang. So you're releasing of the bullshit before you even come in, okay? So that you can recharge properly, you can generate properly, you feel me? Rise your kundalini, bring balance and duality to thee properly, okay? While not being distracted, okay? So you are healing, you're rising on a whole nother level, so you're not worried about nothing low vibration, none of that bullshit. You let that shit go at the door, okay? So that's why we speak on you handling the situation right then and there and not letting it follow you, you feel me, from there. So that's why we say cord cut from situations, handle that shit right then and there, because again, if a bully came up to you, talking that shit, whatever the fuck is, you're not gonna let that motherfucker come up again. No, you're gonna get that motherfucker ego death right then, okay? So we ain't got no time to play, and no, we're not wasting no time, okay? You nor I, you know what I'm saying? So we ain't got no time. So either way, you got the cord cut right then, okay? So your bigger person is not my bigger person, okay? So either way, okay, a bully ain't gonna be able to even be around for a few seconds around me. Okay, so having an understanding of why you cord cut certain energies, okay? And you cannot let them linger on, okay? So, cord cut that, handle that, and go on. You know what I'm saying? Fuck what everybody else say. It is what it is. But either way, you are healing, you feel me, holistically on a whole nother level because you are rising your frequency, not giving a fuck what nobody else has to say, okay? So, like, nigga, you feel me? But I ain't got to worry about shit. You feel at night, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing what I gotta do. I ain't worried about not a goddamn body else. You know what I'm saying? Nobody. I don't give a fuck what nobody said. You know what I mean? So either way, they could think whatever they want to think, but you are recharging and you're in your zen properly. You know what I'm saying? So having understanding why we generate and bring balance and duality to things. Okay, so we look at everything symbolically. Okay, shedding of the ego, being observant of things. You feel me? And releasing that doesn't make sense to thee, or that doesn't rise thee, enhance thee, whatever the case is. Okay, but we're bringing balance and duality to things. So it's like a lot of stuff you don't talk about. You hear me? So if you gonna heal, nigga, heal someone. Do it. Just do it. Don't talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So do what you gotta do. You feel me? So it's a difference. You feel what I'm saying? Silence rises thy crown. You feel me? So you're able to create with your power way more better with that. Okay, so you're out of ego, able to see what's going on, sense what's going on. You feel me? You're in another frequency right now. You feel me? So again, when you're grounding, you're rising and creating with your senses. Okay, so having understanding why you do not need to be distracted. Okay, and again, you're distracted here from this motherfucker and you ain't handling it there. That motherfucker gonna follow you somewhere else. Okay, so won't follow you somewhere else. So having understanding why you need to cord cut it right then and there. So excuse me, why? I know how I receive my uploads. Oh my gosh. So either way, today you're receiving hella confirmation, hella uploads, hella wisdom, because again, definitely was a portal yesterday and we're coming to another one. Okay. So again, on the 28th, that's when all of the hidden planets also come to alignment. As you all can see from January 25th, everything is still in alignment. Having an understanding. Everything is still moving though. You know what I'm saying? So the formations of everything is always transforming and moving, right? So having an understanding, but everything is still in alignment. Okay. Everything's in order. You know how it's supposed to go. And again, you feel me? Those planets and whatever, but again, they're coming to alignment every time. You feel me? Coming to alignment, maybe, you feel me? Like a clock. You feel me? Still going around because every time you look at the sun over here, and next thing you see the moon over here, but whatever the case is, everything's still in alignment though. You feel me? But energy multiplies, never dies, so everything's still in motion. So from January 25th, those planets are still in alignment. Here comes February 28th, and that's where the hidden ones also are coming to alignment. So in between time, in the meantime, things are still going on. Having understanding, being in tune, and creating with, being present, and being accurate. You feel me? So when you ground, go outside and look up. Pay attention to what is going on. You feel me? Don't let them dumbass drones, whatever the case is, you feel me, distract you. No, pay attention to what's going on and you'll start to feel the vibration and frequency. Okay, so always create with your protection. You feel what I'm saying? So paying attention to what's going on. Okay, creating with the hidden and unknown by being present. So yes, we always speak on that because again, our thoughts create our reality. So we are healing. You feel what I'm saying? So when we are being present and accurate, that is what happens. So either way, we're able to rise and create with our hidden power. You gotta go pee-pee? You gotta go pee-pee? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and log off of here, and I will be back on here in a little while because we're going to create with some meditation. But of course, I want this to be all about wisdom. So knowledge, order, rhythm, astrology, and nature. So we got to create with the hidden and unknown spiritual soul systems. Actually, rise our frequency. Got to listen to some wisdom. You feel me? So having an understanding of things, right? So I will be back on here later on because again today is high diplomacy, so I'm supposed to be generating, receiving my wisdom also. So I want to make sure I'm bringing some time to myself also. And yes, some specials are still going on. So if anyone wants to still hit me up for a few things, you feel me? I'm definitely still open, but some ways of connection I don't be showing and spreading more of that information about the location where you can come to, whatever, because we're doing quick specials also. They're called quickie sessions, you feel me? Especially for my athletes who's going to go play basketball, football, wherever the case is, you feel me? We do quick stretch sessions, you know what I'm saying? So getting that body in line. And then we do release sessions, got the personal sauna, massaging, facials, everything. You feel me? The whole shebang, pedicure, manicure, everything, you name it. Beard, facials, like we said, hot towels, hot stones, heated stones, everything. Hypnotic massaging, you feel me? Reiki healing. Yes, I do the whole thing. Okay. So if you know, you know, but yes, I'm definitely going to place the location once get that code. So either way, have an understanding, it's going to be a time when I'll place the location when anyone can just really come and walk in. But right now it's just appointments. So we're just going to go ahead and go from there. So I kind of regretted that before when I did that. So either way, having understanding of things why we stay in line. And that's what happens when you come to me. Okay. So we are realigning that spine, rising that power, that energy frequency. So especially for my gunshot victims, I'm saying ones that's been in hella accidents, you feel me? So if you need your spine realigned, you feel me? Anything, I'm here to heal. And I already posted before, ones that have certain illnesses, you feel what I'm saying? Whatever the case is, just know I am here and I heal everything, okay? And some things I don't put a number on, okay? So especially if one is about to, is right there in that phase, I'm not going to put no price on nobody's life. So either way, having understanding of when it comes to spirituality and what happens when you come with me, okay? So again, I'm only enhancing, elevating that is already within thee, okay, within you. So either way, trust. You walk out, whole nother you, transform myth. Trust, tell me, ask about me, okay? Real shit. So either way, off experience, okay? So yes, we have all of that coming. We have all of that now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm actually becoming open again. You know what I'm saying? So ones can go ahead and for the walk-ins next week. Then I'll post everything else. So either way, yes. Okay, so yeah, no, let me just quit playing. But yeah, for real. Generate, order, destroy before you let. Generate, order, destroy before you start your day. Ashe. So I'll be back on here a little bit later. You feel me? Make sure you manifest, generate, you feel me? Create and release properly. Ashe. I will be back.